Black woman. Beautiful, powerful, resilient female of African descent with skin kissed by the sun. Conversation. A talk, especially an informal one between two or more people in which news and ideas are exchanged. We love being black women. Black women are ambitious. Black women are confident. Black women are diligent. We are tenacious. We walk out of our houses put together. We are many shades and personalities of fabulous. But we as black women don't talk about our dilemmas, current events, and what's going on every day that affects us. So, we created this podcast as a way to laugh together, cry together, and have an open conversation about life as black women.
Oh, that's deep. Black Women Conversations.
Hey, Nicole.
Hey, Janine.
How's your week been?
The week has been very exciting. And, I had to take a moment because I'm realizing all week that I'm older. And I've been realizing that, I guess, all month long, I've been dreading becoming 40. I don't know what it is about 40. When I was 30, I remember thinking, ooh, I'm grown. I'm doing the grown and sexy thing now. And now that I'm 40, I'm like, ooh, stuff is just, you work out, you hurt for about 3-4 days instead of 1 or 2 days. It's just things aren't where they used to be, and I don't know, 40 is just so grown to me. It's like, oh, now I got to be grown for real. I guess I'll just tread on and be grown for real. So I was, sort of in a funk about, me and the sweet baby Jesus' birthday. We celebrated it, obviously. If you don't celebrate a birthday, that means you didn't die. So I'm going to be thankful for celebrating the birthday and turning 40. And I'm going to eventually get out of this little, oh, I'm turning 40 little funk and realize that I'm 40. I'm moving forward, embracing being 40. And you guys know that I will be going to Costa Rica to celebrate my 40th birthday late. Really not late, because remember I told y'all I'm celebrating my 40th birthday all year long. So that'll be the first hurrah for the 40th birthday, which will start off ringing in the new year in Costa Rica. And so I'm getting excited. I'm working my way up. The person that's really excited is my mom. So y'all know my mom is turning 60. And baby, you can't tell her nothing, okay? She's like, I look fine as wine. She has been packed for Costa Rica for 2 weeks already. She knows everything that she wants to do. And this whole aging thing, she has down pat. She's like, whatever, this don't stop nothing. I'm going to go get me a little tummy tuck and keep on moving. Well, she's gotten, she's like, I've gotten whatever I need tucked. And I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to be fabulous on this beach. So my mom is definitely living her life like it's golden. She's, embracing everything about everything that's going to be her birthday, which she turned 60 on December 31st. So she is uber excited. I'm the person that's sort of in my head right now, but I can't complain. It's been a great week. It's the Christmas season. It's the holiday season. So I'm not going to continue to complain. I'm going to look forward to Costa Rica and move on with life.
Well, happy birthday again, because I've already told you happy birthday, but happy birthday again, because if we don't say it on the podcast, it's not real. But I can just tell you happy birthday all year, it seems. I'm just going to say happy birthday every time we sign on, because all year it's going to be your birthday. But happy birthday to Miss Lisa. If you don't tell us that she's turning 60, we would never know. So we just going to say that Miss Lisa's she looked like your older sister. She got it together. Talking about snatched, Miss Lisa snatched. Now, if y'all didn't know, we have to post some more pictures of Miss Lisa so that everybody can see what we're referring to. Because if y'all didn't know that Miss Lisa was Nicole's mama, y'all. Nicole needs to get a shotgun. I'm just saying, you know how fathers used to be like, I'm gonna get a shotgun for my daughter. Yeah, Nicole. Yep. Maybe you should get the shotgun.
Girl, don't egg my mama on. She already thinks she's She's something. She's gonna listen to this podcast. She's gonna share it with all her friends. Oh, girl, did you hear what they said about me on the podcast? Listen, make sure you subscribe. Wait, you don't have it downloaded? Go ahead and click this button right here. Download right here so you can hear what they say. You don't have to listen to the first 10 minutes because that's when they talk about me, right? Don't gas her up. Don't gas her up.
Look, I'm here for gassing Miss Lisa. Let me tell you something. Making it to 60 and still looking like snatched is an accomplishment. So she deserves the first 10 minutes of this show. So Miss Lisa, tell all your friends and have them download it because I'm not really gassing you up. It's real. And we'll post pictures of Miss Lisa so y'all can see what we're talking about. So just saying, Nicole, you have some good genes. So you know that when you turn 60, you're going to look fabulous too.
So Janine, how has your week been? Have you slowed down? Were you actually able to celebrate Christmas? Did you actually get your Christmas trees up?
So no to the tree part, but you don't need a tree to give gifts, so it's fine. So no for the tree. And did I slow down? That's probably a no also. But in comparison to my schedule before, yeah, I did. So, but in your mind, if I'm going by your standards, then no, I didn't. I was feeling a little under the weather. So, it was a little, not like last year when I ended up in the hospital, but this year, it was just given a little scratchy of a throat, like I had been out in the public too long. So I had to, take a little bit of a chill. But, I can work from home now. So it's pretty convenient.
Well, I hope that you feel better now because, you doing the most. You out here with colds and fevers and still going to work and still working. You're just doing too much. Hopefully in 2023, you prioritize yourself. How about that?
Yeah, I'm working on it. That is really something that I'm going to work on in 2023. I feel like I say it every year, but I'm going to do that in 2023.
Well, I wonder how our listeners have been doing. How y'all been doing?
I hope that they've been getting some rest and they're prioritizing themselves. And in the process of that, they're chatting with us. And we would really appreciate it if you all would download, subscribe, rate, review, share.
So, usually by now I would say, Janine, what's on our timeline? So, of course, you guys already know because we post on our social media that we have a very, very special guest, and that is Miss Kim Allen. This Brooklyn psychic uses both astrology and tasseography. Is that how you say it? Tasseography?
Tasseography, yes. Tea leaf readings. Right. It's tea leaf readings, yes.
Tea leaf readings. The old age fortune telling method of reading tea leaves to look into her customers' futures. Other services she offers includes an energy reading, a cosmic analysis of your love life, and a longer psychic reading with an astrological chart. She is listed as one of the top psychics in New York City by Time Out magazine and one of the top 100 psychics in America. Kim has been featured on radio stations and in 17 magazine. Listen, we are just so privileged to have you on the podcast. Welcome to Oh, That's Deep, Black Women Conversations podcast.
So I want to say happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
So I just want to let you know something because you are a Capricorn. And I consider Capricorns the special sign because I call it the Benjamin Button sign because the older you get, the younger you get.
I'm going to take it.
Okay? I just want to let you know. What happens with Capricorns is that you are born with a very mature attitude early in life. And as life goes on, you lighten up, lessen up, get younger. You'll be the one with the roller skates on while all your friends are in wheelchairs. You are the fun sign. And it's the older you get, the more you realize, oh, I am having fun and I'm going to have even more fun. So just because you're 40, so 40 is the new 20, okay?
I'm going to take it. Yes. Janine, get your roller skates ready, girl.
Girl, I feel like I want to be a Capricorn now.
Only thing about Capricorns, they're very hardworking. Okay? Very hardworking. So I took a look at your chart.
Okay.
And so have you ever had anybody take a look at your chart?
I don't know what that means, so I'm going to say no.
Okay. So you were born December 25th. You are a Capricorn. The interesting thing is that you have an abundance of planets in Capricorn. You are very earthy. You are very grounded. You are very hardworking. I believe you have, let me see, you have 5 planets in Capricorn. That is a no stop, endless energy of determination and getting what you want. Is that true?
Yes.
You are unstoppable, and nobody, they should not get in your way because there's no stopping you. And it's because you're hardworking. While all your friends are out at the parties, popping fingers and doing whatever it is that they do, you are hardworking. You are at school. You are doing your homework. You understand? You are doing what it takes to succeed in this world. Is that true?
I try my best. Yes, I try my best.
Kim, let me tell you,
So-
that's dead on.
Okay, good. Thank you, Janine. Thank you. But the interesting thing is that your moon is in Aries. So Aries is the get out of my way sign. It is the I do what I want to do sign and get out of my way. And that is your moon. And that is how you exist on the inside. You are a person, you are an entrepreneur. You are a go-getter. You go around obstacles. Nobody can put an obstacle in front of you. They can try. It'll only work for a minute. Is that true?
Listen, I'm going to speak from your lips to God's.
Janine, is that true? Janine would know.
Yes, it is 100% true.
So this is really interesting. So I do have to warn you about a few things. You must drink a lot of water. You must. So how is your water intake?
Ooh, I try. I don't drink as much water as I should.
Mm-mm. No, you got to drink water. All that earth, because earth absorbs water. And if you don't have enough water in your body because of all those earth planets, you're going to develop, problems with the body. So I need you to drink. Promise me that that's going to be one of your affirmations or the things that you're going to start doing for yourself in the new year is to drink more water.
I'm going to promise you that. Drinking more water, definitely.
Very good. So because I'm doing a reading on your chart, did you have any questions for me?
I did have questions. One, I have started a new job.
Okay.
I'm now a division director at a hospital.
Okay.
But it's a new division. So I'm wondering if this is something that I've taken on, like I've bitten off too much that I can't chew. Am I going to be successful in this role, or am I really going to end up moving on?
No, I think you are going to be very successful in this role, and I'm going to tell you why. Because for the year 2023, you're going to have a lot of cosmic assistance. Now, I'm not going to say that people won't try to get in your way or make things difficult for you. And I don't know if you felt that already. And it's probably because I don't know if you've risen so quickly, or there's a lot of people that may have wanted the position that you have now. But of course, you are going to get your fair share of haters. The interesting thing about you is that it doesn't matter, what they try to do, they're not going to succeed because you're going to try real hard and you have a very strong sense of intuition. Is that true?
Yeah, that's pretty true. Yeah.
Yes. So you kind of know already the people that's kind of sitting around waiting for you to fall. You have you seen them yet?
Yeah.
Yep. How many people can you count on one hand?
No, only two. Only two that are like, very reluctant, like, who she thinks she is,
Right. Not going to give you any assistance. Well, they can sit there and they can just watch you rise to the top because that's exactly what you're going to do. And I'll tell you why. You have the blessing of God on your side for the year 2023 in terms of achieving your goals. So you just continue to stay focused and continue to work hard like you've been doing and have faith. Faith is really important for you in the year 2023. And we're going to watch all those haters take that little smirk off their face, okay? They're going to take the smirk off their face.
Okay, I don't want to hog her, Janine, but I have questions about Harrison. So my son is 3.
Okay.
He's just started school this year. He's had a little bit of challenge adjusting. And soon I'm thinking we may have to, because of some decisions that I'm going to make pretty soon in my life, he may or may not be able to go to the school that he's going to in the future. Is he going to be okay in terms of his education? Does he need assistance with his education? And how does he look in this school that he's at right now?
So I see him in the future. He's going to do very well in the future. I don't like the way they handle him in this school. I don't know if they are too punitive or too, restrictive for him, but I do not feel as though this is the right school for him. Now, do you feel as though that they're a little too punitive when it comes to his actions?
Well, it's hard for me to tell. He's 3, so he's telling us and trying to communicate with us the best that he can.
Mm-hmm.
He is, initially they were like, well, he's really not talking at all. So we think that he needs to go through speech therapy. And we're like, but when he gets home, he's like constantly talking.
Mm-hmm.
But even when we see him in school, I mean, they're right. Like he's not, I mean, he'll wave, he, will do activities, but he's not verbalizing much.
Okay.
In front of them. He verbalizes in front of us. We don't see anything in terms of them punishing him. They'll send notes home that says, please work on, rug time with him, or he was disruptive in class today.
Right.
But for the most part, they've given him pretty, positive remarks.
Okay. I don't know if they're really attending to his needs. So, keep him in there as long as you are comfortable. But I just think that he'd be better in a different school setting. All right. And I do think that your son is very bright. I think your son is an overthinker, though, and he may be responding to what he may feel other people want him to do. What sign is your son?
I guess he would be a Gemini. He was born June 3rd.
Okay. Geminis are very bright. And he may be actually reading people's, expectations of him. But I just feel as though try a little longer. We'll see what happens. There's nothing wrong with him. He may do better in a different school environment. So let's just see if he changes his behavior in the next school semester. And if not, you may want to consider taking him out for fall of next year.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry, Johnny, for hogging her, but she's amazing.
It's
so
okay,
Janine,
Nicole.
Janine, wow. So I took a look at your chart. You are a Leo. You're born July 31st, and we don't have to give the year on that. All right. Very interesting chart. So the wonderful thing about your chart. So first of all, let me tell you, the two of you have amazing energies together. How long have you known each other? Because, you're very cooperative and very compatible. How long have you known each other?
Since 2001.
Interesting. So was this like a meeting of the minds that you're like, so sort of like just, become friends right away?
Initially, and then we kind of separated, and then for lots of years, and the pandemic brought us back together.
Oh, okay. Well, you got very good energies to work together. All right. Now, Janine, you have your sun is in Leo, Mercury's in Leo. That means that you definitely like to take the lead on things. You are an independent person. You do not like people telling you what to do. You are a natural born entrepreneur because your moon is also in Aries. I love Aries moons. Aries moons are the types of moons where, you don't sit around and wait for anything. People don't have to tell you what to do. You know exactly what to do. You get up and you go. You are not the type of person where somebody has to tell you this is what needs to be done. You instinctively know what needs to be done. Do you feel that?
I do.
Okay, very good. And the other thing is that you have 4 planets in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the wonderful future-seeking sign. You are not consumed with the past. Is that true?
That is very true.
In fact, when people ask you about your past, it's like you forget because it's like, huh? They'll say, when you were a little girl, did this happen? You have to stop and think. It's like, huh? Because you are not consumed with your past. Some people are always in the past. That's not you. You'll always have one foot in the future. Is that true?
Absolutely.
Now, you could have been a lawyer. Did you ever want to study law?
I literally just told Ken this morning, I should have been a lawyer.
Oh my gosh, yes. Because you have very good analytical skills and you are a decision maker. So I am just going to say, so you may not be a lawyer for your profession, but you are a lawyer in your spirit. And, you are always trying to do fair things by people. You're going to make a really good decision maker. Really good decision maker. You are a very good decision maker. But I want to say one thing to you. The way you're planning is an aspect that there's a lot of wealth in your chart. So I don't know what your scheme is for wealth. You and Nicole make, good, y'all got good synergy together because she's hardworking and she's going to make a lot of money. And so are you. But the only thing is that your money making may come through either public speaking, writing a book, something like that. Did you ever have anything like that on your mind?
Public speaking, maybe. Writing a book, I don't know. I don't know that I have the patience for it.
Well, definitely the public speaking, but it's going to be out front speaking to people or communicating with people. We'll just say that like the podcast. And the podcast, should do very well. So I'm just going to say we got a whole another year coming up and that should do very, very well. Now, did you have any questions for me?
I do. What do I need to leave in 2022?
Okay. The thing is that you may have a lot of family issues or issues from other people that don't belong to you. Is that true?
That is very true.
And because of that tends to weigh you down. So I don't know if you need to tell certain folks, I'm not dealing with this, or that, or find other ways for other people to take on their responsibilities and you sort of relieve yourself from them. But relieving yourself from other people's bundles of mess is the thing that you really need to leave behind for the year 2023.
Whew, you're stepping on my toes a lot. Okay, so Ken and I, this is my next question. Ken and I have been set on not having children. Is that a good decision or should we reconsider?
No, I mean, it's a decision that the two of you make. But I want to say, if you're going to do that, you got to be real careful next year. And I'll tell you why, because Jupiter is going to, Jupiter always brings some sort of joy, bundles of joy. And the way it's aspecting certain planets in your chart is that you can have one of those unexpected bundles of joy, okay? So I'm just letting you know. So if you want to have children, certainly yes. And if you don't, you have to be really, really careful.
Nicole, I think I need a refill on my birth control, please. Thanks.
Bring on the babies.
Nicole. I'm going to be very careful. And then the last question that I have is about my career. Am I going to continue along in the same career path or am I going to make a change?
So in terms of your career path, as long as you are independent, are you independent? What kind of, I know you do this, and are there other things that you do besides this?
I do. I do events for a stadium.
Oh, wow. Okay. But you should like that. Do you like that?
I do. I love it. It's the best job I've ever had.
Because you got those 4 planets in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the party sign. Okay. I'm just letting you know. And how do I know? Because I got a Sagittarius moon. It's always a party with me somewhere. Even if I'm going to the grocery store, I'm having a ball. All right. So I'm just saying, with you being an event planner, you should blow up next year and get more events and get more contracts. So next year, is that what you're expecting?
Yes, absolutely. I'm excited.
Very good. So no, I think you should stick with your job. I think your job, you haven't gotten even to the mid part of your job. There's much more to come. Much more to come.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, thank you, Kim.
You're welcome.
I think that if people did not know that you don't really know us, like we know each other in passing, They would be like, oh my goodness, you were dead on for both of us. Nicole and I, because we put ourselves on mute while you're speaking, are texting one another like, she's on your toes. Like you definitely got us down to a T.
That's wonderful.
Okay. Nicole, you want to go into some of the questions that the listeners sent in?
Okay, yes. So let me let you know that our listeners are like really excited about you being here. We have like several like super fans that like respond to every post or thing that we put out. So the first person I got was Shayla. Did you want to do Shayla? Okay, you can do Shayla. Okay, let me pull up her chart. And the reason why, let me just say this to you. So, yes, I do the astrology. I do tarot cards.
I'm intuitive. I do tea leaf readings, but I'm going to tell you when it comes to personality aspects and timing, you cannot beat astrology. You just simply cannot beat astrology. So it has always been my go-to whenever I really needed to know something. I always go to astrology. So that's why I did many people's astrology charts. So now Shayla is born March the 4th, and I'm not going to give her year. And she is a Pisces. And I think one of her questions had to do with love, right?
Yes.
Let me just say, Shayla, I wish you were my best friend. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because you have so many planets in water. Your sun is in Pisces, your Venus is in Pisces, your Jupiter is in Scorpio, Pluto's in Scorpio. What does that mean? That means you are a very feeling, compassionate, giving person. But your problem is that you give too much. Your heart is too big. And you have to be very careful with that, because people who are leeches and parasites, they pick up on that fast. They can see a person with a big heart a mile away. And you are a person with a big heart. And what happens with that is that you give people the benefit of the doubt. When a person tells you something, you trust them. And that can be something that you may need to work on if you haven't already started working on that. It's like, yeah, you listen to what people say, but you got to do your homework too. Now, in terms of love, you got to be really careful who you allow to come into your life, because what happens is that you can bend over backwards to make and keep people happy. So I am just saying to you, in terms of your love life, this was an interesting year for love. Either you got rid of somebody or somebody walked into your life. And next year is going to be a very exciting year for love for you. And we're going to see how that manifests. You're going to be doing a lot more travel, a lot more moving around, a lot more socializing. So I'm just saying for you, in terms of 2023, if the person you are with, if you're with someone, is not working out, you don't have to worry, because the universe is going to provide just the person that you need that's going to appreciate you for you. Okay?
Yes, Shayla. So, Shayla, write us back and let us know how 2023 goes.
Oh, yeah. I want to be Shayla's friend too. All right. So I think the next person was Tiffany.
What was Tiffany's question?
She had a lot of specific questions. So
Okay.
She wants to get pregnant, and she's asking, and she's getting pregnant via IVF. Will her embryo transfer be successful, and will she have a healthy baby?
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to be starting a new job in the summer.
Okay.
Will this be a short-term or long-term job for her?
Okay, first of all, this is the year. 2023 will be the year. She, if she really is serious about getting pregnant, she can get pregnant. And the reason for it, all of her planets are going to be supported by Jupiter. Jupiter is the baby planet. I'm sorry. If you want babies, houses, marriages, engagements, you look for Jupiter, and Jupiter's doing wonderful stuff in her chart for 2023. In terms of work, you got to be really careful. You got to make sure, you got to make up your mind. Is it the baby that you want, or is it the job that you want? Because, you may cross, purposes. You get on those jobs and they stress you the heck out. They don't care if you're pregnant. They want their work done. I have seen, and I've been doing this a long time, where people, they start jobs and then all of a sudden they get pregnant. And for some reason, those haters on the job start picking on them. They start picking on the person that's pregnant just to try to make their lives miserable. So in terms of work or pregnancy, you have to figure out what it is that you want. If it's pregnancy you want, you definitely are going to get that, because your planets are in excellent aspect. I am going to say, however, you have to be careful with your diet. There's something going on with your diet that's not really suiting me well. And I don't know if you're making a dietary change or something is, adjusting in your diet. So if you want, you can give me a call, and I'll give you the number later, and you just call me. We'll make an appointment to see what is going on with your diet. But in terms of you getting what you want, you can certainly get what you want. Okay. The other thing that I want to say for you too is that your nerves, I hope you're getting enough sleep. I hope you're not on one of those jobs where people are driving you crazy. All right. Listen, You got to be, you have to let things roll off of you. Jealousy is a terrible thing. Envy is a terrible thing. So I'm just going to say diet and sleeping is the thing are the things that I want you to pay attention to. And the answer is yes to you having a very good chance of getting pregnant in the year 2023.
Okay, our next one is Bryn.
And do you know what their questions were?
Yep, it was, will there be room for upward mobility at work?
Upward mobility. Okay, let's see. Let me take a look at Bryn's chart. Hard worker. You're dealing with a person that's a hard worker. Too nice though. You can be too nice. You were born October 12th. We don't have to give the year. That's Libra. And you got to be really careful. I hope you're not a people pleaser. But trying to keep the peace in a war zone is difficult. So I don't know if your work situation is a war zone. Is there a chance for upward mobility? Yes, towards the end of 2023, going into 2024. All right. I am going to say to you, you got to be really careful with burning yourself out. You have to make sure that you get enough rest. I don't know how your rest situation is. You got to be careful about things worrying you also. Money is a big issue. Money's going to be a big issue for you the end of next year. So I don't know if you're going to try to make more of it, hold on to it, or invest what you have. But I do see glimpses of prosperity getting better for you in 2023. And in terms of upward mobility, the answer is yes, but not till towards the end of the year. But in the meantime, I want you to, if you're a people pleaser, I want you to kind of work on those skills. You don't have to smile all the time. Let people know there's another side to your personality, okay? Sometimes people take people's kindness for weakness. So I'm just saying.
Okay, Bryn, don't let the people take advantage of you, okay?
Our next person is Shannon.
All right, let me pull up Shannon. Okay. And what were Shannon's questions?
Her questions were, business-wise, what does 2023 look like for me?
Oh, yeah, I did. So Shannon, Sagittarius, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets in Sagittarius. Wow. Moon in Gemini. What does that mean? That means this person is like a bouncing all everywhere. Lots of energy, lots of vitality, lots of momentum. This is the type of person that everybody wants to be around, because they always got either a good word or a positive attitude or some sort of momentum. They share information. This is a fun person to be around. And the work situation for them next year should be absolutely tremendous. But what I do want you to be very careful is don't be so touchy. Right now, people can get under your skin and rub you the wrong way. So yes, there's going to be wonderful things aspecting your career situation, bringing things to the forefront. One thing I do want to know that people don't know about you, you can read people well. Oh my God. So what happens with you is that you can see your enemies coming a zillion miles away. They don't know you can see them because you're smiling. You one of them smiling type people. But they don't know behind that smile is a person with a good mind. You see things, you figure things out quickly. So in terms of your work situation, yes, there's going to be a lot of movement on your job that's really, really good. And we're just going to see what happens with that. But do not let people rub you the wrong way and get under your skin.
Awesome. And then she wants to know, should she continue entrepreneurship?
I think that's what she's headed towards. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think there's a job that can really hold her for any long length of time once she gets bored. Boredom can be a big problem. So if she gets bored, she's definitely going to be looking for something else that's going to keep her interest. And this is a very smart person. So it has to keep her mind busy. So that's the next thing. As long as it's working for it, it'll work. And if it's not, she's on to something new.
So our next person is Ryan, who's also about to celebrate a birthday on January 4th.
Okay.
And the first question is, will I be able to overcome my anxiety issues?
Okay, so now I didn't get a chance to do his chart, so I'm going to do the tarot, okay? So let's just see about the anxiety issues that we have coming here. Oh, yeah, there is a lot of anxiety issues here. Okay, and I'm going to read the cards as I see them. First of all, the anxiety issues can be with people's expectations. I think that this person can be a worrier. that this person may, what people think about them means too much. In fact, I'll take a look at their planets. What year were they born?
86.
1986. Okay, I'm going to look up the charts right now. 1986. And it was January the 4th?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the Capricorn with either a Libra or Scorpio moon. Mercury is in Sag. Venus is in Capricorn. Mars is in Scorpio. Mars in Scorpio is very special. And Mars in Scorpio means a warrior. People don't listen. This is not the person to mess with, because they can be, they're going to get you, okay? they can be a little vindictive, or they wait to the right moment to get you back. The thing that I'm picking up from them is that their moon can be very worrisome in terms of not feeling comfortable in situations or comfortable in their own skin. The good news is that I definitely feel as though that you will start overcoming your anxiety issues. Food can be one of those issues. I don't know if you're having change in your diet, having problems with your weight, something, you know what I'm saying? There can be a lot of things. What you put into your body is very important. I am going to say that I hope you're trying to seek professional help for this, because I don't think that the ways that you have tried before worked. And I feel that some professional help will help you get to the point where you want. And the answer is yes, you are going to overcome your anxieties.
The second question, and which is the last question, was what does my professional growth outside of my day job look like for the upcoming year?
Okay, outside of his day job. Okay, here we go. Let me see what I'm picking up here. Interesting. Money. What does it offer? It offers money. That's what it offers. You got good financial cards here. I think that whatever you're doing on the outside is working better than what you're doing on the inside, or will be. So what do I see in your future in terms of your outside work? I see abundance in the future. That's what I see.
Oh, I love that.
Ryan, can we hold some dollars since you having such an abundance?
I know. Can you bless us over here?
Okay, our next one is Dominique and goes by Nikki, and her birthday is 11/8. And her question is, should she and her husband, she's 40 and her husband is 55, consider having another child? They have a 17-year-old and a 28-year-old already.
Right. So I did get a chance to do her chart and read her question. So the thing is if you want to have a child, you can have a child. Next year is a very good, the planets are really in favor of having a child. Okay. The question is, should you have a child? Well, that's totally up to you. You know, if you want to wait this late in the game, it's up to you. But the answer is yes, you can have one. The other part of her question had to do with the deadbeat parent, right?
Yeah. The other part of her question is, should we sever all legal ties with, and she refers to the father of her daughter as $276.92, because that's the amount of child support that he has to pay, but he's an absentee parent. So she wants to know, should they sever ties before the daughter graduates from high school?
Because she doesn't want to invite him to the
graduation.
Yep. Well, if it's an absentee father, how would they know? You know, invitations get lost in the mail all the time. Another thing too, you know, it may be a little $700 to you, but you know, books are expensive in college. They really are. And you know, I wouldn't stop taking that money. I would put that money away for my child. Another thing too, you got your Mars is in Virgo. Mars in Virgo means you don't forget nothing. So I know that if you are this angry with this person, you know, I hope this person does not show up to the child's graduation and hasn't done anything. That's just not fair. I totally get that. I totally get that. People who sit around and don't offer anything, do anything, they want to sit around and be, you know, get part of the accolades, and they haven't done anything. So I totally understand that. But my thing is, who's going to invite him anyway? If he's absentee, how would he know? In terms of turning money away, no. College is expensive. Put the money away in the college fund and let him pay until that child of yours is 21 years old. Because I'm going to tell you, these college bills are very expensive. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. What you guys think about that?
Nikki, I think that Kim is telling you to take the money. Little or no, take the money.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I could have told you that, Kim, without the psychic reading.
I feel like it's a theme here. We are going to have money, even if it's a little bit weird. It's money. All I hear is money flowing.
That's right.
I'm with it.
And
All right.
and lose the invitation. Okay.
And lose
Yeah.
the invitation.
Lose the invitation. That's all.
Here for it.
All right. So the next question, and let us know when you get tired.
Go ahead. I'm with you.
Because our listeners sent in quite a few questions. So the next one is from Richard G, whose birthday is 9/11. Ooh, 9/11. And he wants to know about finances. How do my finances look in 2023?
You don't even know what's about to hit you. You want to know what's about to hit you? Jupiter, the planet of abundance, goes into your financial house. Virgo, you're not going to have to worry about any money. The only way you're going to have to worry about money is if you go on a shopping spree, get deep in debt, and have the IRS come running after you. That's the only way you're going to have financial problems in 2023 if you handle your business, okay? And that's because you're going to have a lot of cosmic help from the planet Jupiter doing all kinds of wonderful things and opening up all kinds of wonderful doors. Now, I am seeing some financial problems here. I just did your tarot cards, and you may have some debt and stuff that you're trying to get out of, but because Jupiter is there, it will assist you, but you have to be organized and structured, and you will work your way to the point where you can, things will get a lot better for you and you can enjoy the fruits of your labor because there will be more money to have.
Not only does he want to know if he's going to be broke in 2023, he wants to know what his love life is going to look like in 2023 while he's working on making sure he's not broke.
Okay, let me concentrate on. We're going to see what's going on with love here. Let's see what's going on for love. Okay, now, the funny thing about Jupiter in that certain house is that's also the house of intimacy. Richard, are you going to be a player? Listen, there's going to be people after you next year, okay? Your charisma or your magnetism is going to explode. You're not going to have any problems with a date. So I am going to say your love life is going to definitely change by the end of spring. If you don't have anyone, let me just say, if you don't have anyone, someone appear. If you have someone and you love this person, things will definitely improve for you, but you will not have to, there will be an improvement in your love life. And because Jupiter is going to be in that sexy money house, okay? Money and power attracts. It's an aphrodisiac. I just want you to know.
We have some friends to make. Like, we need to meet these people that are getting all this money in person so that we can be friends with them.
Oh,
I mean,
definitely.
we don't want to be in their love houses.
We like to go out to lunch and stuff like that. I like to eat, okay?
Absolutely. I think we're here for it. So, Richard, we're going to be friends. We're going to be friends with all the people because that's what we're here for. Okay, Kim. So we have 3 more. The next one is Lauren, and her date of birth is 11/10. And her first question is, in relationships, what can she expect to receive in 2023?
So I'm going to take a look at her planets. What year was she born?
1993.
93. And you say 11/10?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So she is a Scorpio. She could have either a Virgo or Libra moon. I hope your moon is in Virgo, because Virgos are going to be doing a lot of very interesting things in love for next year. Because she wanted to know about love, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So Mercury is going to be in Scorpio. Venus is in Scorpio. Oh my gosh. So you got to be careful because, you can have some control issues that you have to get under control. There's some control issues here. Also, the thing is that you also can see through people's motives. They got to come to you the right way. And that can be the issue. Sometimes we don't give people a chance to really say, okay, let me just see what it is. Because when they show up at the door and they, something is wrong with the way they dress, sometimes we just close the door and say the heck with it. That's like, I'm not even going to bother to go out with this person. So based on the way your planets are, there's a chance that you'll meet someone, but not until like the summer of next year. And in the meantime, you're going to have a lot of chances, a lot of opportunities to get out there and meet someone you really like, but give a person a chance, This just don't make quick snap judgments right away, because, there can be very nice people underneath, something that looks a little disarray. You just got to give them a little chance, and let's see what happens with love for you.
And her next question is, what career field will she excel in 2023?
She should be a therapist, a counselor. She should be, what is that? She's a person that is very analytical. She should be an analyst. She could also be a really good accountant too. So I don't know exactly what her fields are, but she has very good gifts when it comes to analyzing and coming up to really great observations. So I don't know if that's in her personal life, private life, but she really is a great person of insight.
All right. So the second to last person is Alexis. And Alexis's date of birth is 5/8. And she says, after graduation, do I get a job in my desired field?
Okay, let's see. So with Taurus is going to have a beautiful end of 2023. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for them. And the answer is definitely yes, you're going to have two major job offers. We're going to see which one you pick, but you will not have a lack of a job offer. And there's going to be two major ones, and we're just going to see the one that you like. But yes, you will be employed. There's no problems with that.
Good for you. Another friend with a job. I love it.
Okay, this is the last one, and it's from a guy. So it's from Jeff, and his birthday is 12/15. And his first question is, will 2023 be my financial breakthrough year?
Let me just see what's going on. I'm going to do his cards. Jeff, the answer is there's going to be better money for you, but there's confusion with your finances. And I don't know if they need to be better organized or you need to get on a budget, or how you structure. You may need a better banker or an accountant, something like that. The answer is definitely yes. I do see this. In fact, the first 3 to 4 months in 2023, there can be something coming your way that's totally unexpected, but very nice. I do feel as though that you may be a little burnt out or tired of what you're doing. And you may be looking for something a little different. But, if it's working for you, it's making money, stick with it a little longer, get your finances straightened, and then maybe you can look for something else. But the answer to your question is yes, there's going to be better money for you.
And then his second question is, what does love look like for him in 2023?
Ooh, gosh, that's a lot of confusion. Jeff, are you one of those nice people? I don't know. So, you got to straighten out your love life. I don't know if you have to straighten out the expectations of your love life or straighten out people's expectations of you. And let me just see what's going to happen for you in terms of love. Well, thank goodness, but tell me you don't attract gold diggers. Please tell me that. Are you one of these generous people? People that, have lavish this and lavish that. Maybe that's why, there's a little confusion. I'm hoping I'm wrong with this. But in terms of love will get better for you. But I want you to attract people who love you for you. You may have a very luxurious appetites for certain things. But the thing is that don't share everything with people until you get to know them better. Okay? But the answer is yes, better love life and better money coming. But you got to watch how you spend your money, how you use your money, and who you spend your money on and with. Okay?
Whew. Kim, you gave us a lot to think about coming in 2023.
Good.
Oh my goodness. I mean, these readings, just even listening to how you commented on everybody's questions, and the thing that struck me with watching you do the cards and listening to your readings is that she's not confused, y'all. It's not like she is hesitant. It's not like she's like mucking around with these cards. They're not falling over the place. She's like, this is what it is. You're going to have 2 job offers, honey. You got to choose. You got to think. I'm like, golly. I mean, just so clear, with the questions. And a lot of times you hear about people that do readings or psychic readings, and, it's such vague answers you're given. And it's sort of like, well, that was true, but could have been true for anybody, But for you, you're like, nope, this is the question. There you go, your answer.
Right.
Which is amazing. I mean, that's amazing. That speaks volumes to the gift that you have in doing this.
Thank
you. Yes,
you.
absolutely.
I absolutely love what I do. I like to help people. You know what? I'm very happy with my my work because I've been doing this for 30 years, and I have people running. So I have a story to say. I have a story to tell you. So I'm going into Rite Aid in my neighborhood, and I had been in there like 2 days in a row trying to find something like a vitamin or something. And there was this lady standing on the corner, and she looked a little disheveled, and she had this kind of strange look in her eye. And it's like, okay, she may not quite be with us. You know what I'm saying? So I walked past her and I was looking really cute. So I walked past her and all of a sudden the light came in her eyes and she says, Kim Allen. And I turned around, I said, yes. She says, I'm one of your favorite people. And it's like, well, I'm so glad for that. Okay. So you just
Wow.
never know. You just never know. It was wonderful to have reunited with her. And it was wonderful that she was nice to me because you could just tell she was having a little difficulty.
Oh.
So I showed her love. I showed her appreciation. And I told her, I said, look, she didn't have like a mask or a hat on. I said, you're going to have to take better care of yourself now. Okay.
Aww.
And I showed her lots of love.
That's so sweet. You never know who you touch and how many people you
never
touch.
Never know. So I'm
amazing.
I'm very blessed, and I'm just very honored to be here with, with this wonderful, with the two unions. The energies are so good here. I wish you much abundance on your podcast.
We
Thank you
appreciate
so much.
Thank you.
Now, usually we would talk about what we learned new at this point before we ask how people can book you. But, I think it's good for us to just recap like what we learned about the show.
Mm-hmm. And ourselves.
Mm-hmm. So, Johnny, what you learned new this show?
I learned that I'm going to trade in the baby. So I heard that that the Jupiter is here. My moon is in Jupiter. So I'm trading in the baby for a house. I don't want the baby. I want the house instead. So abundance, but not in the baby realm. That's what I learned. What did you learn this week, Nicole?
I learned that my son is going to be okay. That's very important for me. Like as a mom, you always like, is he going to be okay? Am I making the right decisions? I've learned that he's going to be okay, but I've also learned that may not be the school for him to be okay in, and I'm okay with that. I've always thought about, exploring some other options. So this has been validation for me that maybe I should just pay a little bit more attention. And as we move to the next grade level, let's look at some other options. And that's what I'll do. All right. So, our listeners, you already got 21 questions, probably more than that. There were a lot of people that had questions. That's our filtered down version, Kim, of the questions from these listeners. So let our listeners know if they wanted to actually have a session with you, how can they book you?
Oh, they can go to kimallen.com. That is kimallen.com. They can schedule a reading, or they can send me their question, and I can contact them. So it is the beginning of the year, and we want to know what is coming our way this year, 2023. And let me just say one thing that I didn't mention. Jupiter is shifting signs, and everyone needs to know what abundance is coming in their life, what way. Because it's all different from each and every one of us. So they may want to know what to expect in terms of abundance for the year 2023.
And let me say, she has several different types of appointments. So if you're like wanting something quick to schedule 15 minutes, there's that option for you to book. If you want something a little longer, there's that option for you to book. So check out her website. Definitely hit her up because, something about the validation of the things that you probably know and some of that you don't know. Maybe you're trying to make a decision this year and you need some guidance. I mean, she's obviously the person that can help you do that. And I know some people just want to follow you on social media. So how can they follow you on your social media platforms?
So I am on Instagram. The only thing about Instagram is a little strange because they have so much fraud on Instagram. So I'm just saying, so yes, I'm Astrologer Kim Allen, Instagram. Just make sure you got the right Kim Allen. Okay. Because, that's the sad thing about social media now is that people are taking advantage of other people's talents and crafts. I was on there the other day and there was a hairdresser that they had a scammer that was taking appointments from her. just horrible. So yeah, but I'm on Instagram, and also I have my own podcast. My own podcast is Your Sign Says, and so if they don't find me here with you, they can find me on my podcast, Your Sign Says.
All right, now I know some of you guys were listening for your letter, but if you did not hear your questions on our episode, check out Kim's podcast episode tomorrow.
That's right. So Kim will be reading some of the letters that we didn't get a chance to get to on her podcast, Your Sign Says, tomorrow.
Well, thank you so much, Kim, for coming on our podcast. You've been
Thank you. I had
such
such
a
a
wealth of knowledge.
wonderful, such warm, such beautiful planets, such ambition, such, aliveness between the two of you. You really do make a very good union. And I wish you much, much, just all sorts of wonderful things. Money's not always, money's good, but it's not everything. So I wish you much of everything that you need in the future.
Oh, thank you, Kim. We appreciate that. We do this as a passion project, and it's not often that people really get to see us interact because she's in Atlanta and I'm in DC. So it's very refreshing when people say that we are a good union, because we appreciate one another, but when other people see it, it's amazing.
All right. So are we ready for the motivational moment?
Let's do it.
And it's from Barack Obama, who is our forever president. And he said, "The future rewards those who press on. I don't have time to feel sorry for myself. I don't have time to complain. I'm going to press on." Friends, we encourage you to do the same in 2023. Until we meet again,
pray, work, slay,
and show off your melanated excellence. Bye.